extremely proud of this football team just for the way they've persevered through the hard times, and they've been very resilient. Today, just to continue to play hard for 4 quarters and you know, had our best offensive output by far. So proud of Nick Fanuzzi coming in there. You know, it's been when Taylor beat him out, he's been on the bench. He's been preparing hard for his opportunities, and proud of him. Proud of that Taylor Cook, the way he stepped in there today for Luke Wilson. You know, Vance did some incredible things. We still got to work with him on not listening to the quarterback, I guess, Vance or something. But Vance played an amazing game for our offensive line. Was solid. You know, defensively gave up some deep balls again. We got to continue to work on deep ball security. You know, normally our special teams fabulous. Today we're a little shaky, but we'll, you know, Kyle and Chris I thought really responded well after some early kicks. But anyway, proud of this football team. Proud to get a win on homecoming, and that was a big time win for us. And looking forward to going into Chicago next week.
Can you talk about the significance of establishing the run early and how much of a role that played in getting the ball downfield, the passing game later on?
Yeah, I think it was paramount. You know, especially, you know, I'll talk about just Turner Peterson's role first, to come in there and banging, you know, actually throwing one down the field to Tyler Smith, because they were, I mean, I'm sure you saw it even today when we go to that, what they do to the box and the head count they put in there to try to keep us from doing it. So that was good to hit those passes early. I thought, you know, just the change up that John and the offensive staff was throwing at them, the different personnel groups, and you know, the different play selections, I thought kept them somewhat off balance, and I think that's what led to the passes. I know that's what led to the passes down the field. Is you know, Vance will tell you the same thing. They were trying to lock man at times and couldn't do it. They were just Vance was too big for him, and you know, it was good too to see Randy Kitchen make some plays, and Jordan Taylor, and, you know, and Taylor Cook. I think it was just, I think some of those mismatches in man we've been looking for, we got today.
Dave, when you look at you mentioned Nick and what he did, but to come out, I mean, with his numbers, I mean, it's not sacked. He over 400 yards. You hadn't had that kind of, I guess, effectiveness at the quarterback position, but just to see him come out there, and we saw it last year at times, but just to see him do that. The
consistency he played with today is, you know, it's great to see. I mean, it's, you know, he's prepared hard for this moment. He knew it was coming. He's maintained a great attitude since last year, and when his number was called, you know, he was ready. That's what it's all about. This guy's coming off the bench playing a big role, just like Taylor Cook did.
Did you get a sense that you guys were going to hit that right combination in terms of personnel today, or is it just kind of been a growing process even with that?
I think it's been a growing process, but you know, it's also was a team we matched up physically well with on the line, and you know, in coverage, and that was, we really going into this game with what they're trying to do defensively. Thought we, with the game plan, you know, Nick could get up here today. Thought we could get some big plays on them.
The game was still very much up in the air, and then Bryce comes up with the big pick. I mean, Marshall went after him, and you know, he held his own.
And was that his 5th pick this year?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
it's pretty good for a freshman. You know, I hope they still keep trying to pick on him. But you know, he's an amazing, talented kid. I'm sure he had a lot of I'm sure he had a lot of tackles, and he's very. Not only has he got great ball skills, he's a very physical corner, and he's the same way. He continues to improve, and even, you know, he's one of those corners that you absolutely, he lives in the present, regardless of what happened to play before. He shakes it off and he's ready to go to work, and that's what makes him so special. He knows he's good. And he knows that in this game, at times he's going to get beat. He shakes it off and goes back to work.
You guys did this last year. Actually, you've kind of done it a lot in your time here in November. How do you make sure that you maintain the momentum you established with this win today, carry it through this week of practice, and get it on the field against Northwestern?
You know, we did, and I mean this. We had, from an attitudinal standpoint, the best Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice we've had, with enthusiasm and passion, and guys taking accountability and being responsible and making sure, you know, we were talking about the expectations and making sure the different position groups, you know, achieved what the seniors wanted them to achieve. And I think, you know, you just left a dressing room where guys are full of hope. We know we got to go into Northwestern. I've heard on my way up, Chuck tried to run my night and tell me they beat Nebraska. So the joy was short-lived. Thanks, Chuck. But, you know, anyway, that's what, you know what, you got to go there and you got to play your best and you got to, you know, have fun on the road. And, you know, that's going to be a tough place for us. But I think, you know, with the right attitude and right situations, we'll be in good shape.
Is there something to take from, what, 15-6 in November, I think, under you here? I mean, is that just a number, or do you see something big picture out of that?
Well, we usually don't play BCS schools in November. I don't know what I have against BCS, but it's one and whatever. You know, so your schedule traditionally is a little different.
But through the, you know, you mentioned the practices and the fact that, you know, you win today, despite everything you've been through, your goals are still intact in terms of.
Still go.
Is that kind of one of those?
We're still talking about them downstairs, so it's, you know, it's a magical number that, you know, gives you a week.